Good afternoon, folks. It's Beef Wellington here once again with the Career Compass, and today we're here with Chris Evans of Centennial Real Estate up in Santa Clarita, California. And today we're going to be speaking to Chris about this very exciting technique that he uses to partner or to use Bank of America to take advantage of their co-op program and to generate leads and to get more business. So it's kind of a very exciting thing, and it's a very timely thing, especially with the economy and the industry being in the state that it is right now. So Chris, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us about this thing you do. You basically use the co-op program at B of A to help you get leads and make more money.
Yeah, that's right. So the biggest problem we have in our industry right now, obviously, is leads and listings. So you came into our office about 6 months ago and you gave your presentation about sort of thinking outside the box. And it got me thinking, so how can I get more leads? So there's a program that Bank of America offers called the Co-op Short Sale Program. It's a lot different than their traditional short sale program.
Okay, so I want to just make sure it's the short sale co-op program through Bank of America.
Right, the cooperative short sale program. So in this program, the biggest and I think the most beneficial thing to the client is that Bank of America cuts them a check at close of escrow.
Wow. So the client actually gets a check at the end of escrow,
That's
which
correct.
is a huge thing.
Right. So most of not most, but there's a lot of houses that are upside down. People considering selling, they would sell if they were able to make some money at close of escrow, but they're kind of hanging on right now simply because they have no equity in the house. So got me thinking, okay, so there's a huge market share out there of people that are underwater, would like to sell, but need to be able to get some money out of the deal to make it work.
Right.
So how can I get a hold of them? Well, I decided to get in touch with my title reps and my escrow officers and some of my different lender friends and say, okay, I need you guys to pull a list together for me that has everybody in my hunting area that has a Bank of America loan, regardless if they're late, if they're up, if I don't care. I don't want the NOD list. I just want Bank of America loans.
Okay, so this is not your traditional NOD list. This is actually a list of all Bank of America customers within a certain area that you've identified.
Right, because if there's a notice of default, as we talked about in the seminar, 87 agents have already contacted them. So I don't care about those. Those are great if we get those. If not, moving right on. What I want is everybody that has a Bank of America loan. So what I did is I got that list and I put it together and I started farming with them and I started making calls to them, going to their houses, knocking on doors, talking to people in general that I knew had Bank of America loans, and I'd say to them, look, I know you've got a Bank of America loan. Have you thought about potentially selling your property? And most of the time the feedback that I got was, yeah, but I'm upside down, so I can't sell right now.
Okay, so the idea is that since they're upside down, they can't sell.
Yeah.
And that's a very common assumption amongst a lot of homeowners.
Lots.
I'm upside down. I'd like to sell my house, but I can't.
Right.
And that's not necessarily the case.
That's not the case.
Right.
Because again, they've put money into the property, so to walk away without anything is just not working out for them. So again, there's a 70-80% market share right there that we can tap into. So at that point, I approach them and I say, look, there's a program that you could potentially make up to $30,000 at close of escrow. If I could get you that check and you were able to walk away with $30,000, not be forced to miss any payments, for the most part, keep your credit in good shape, would you be interested in listing with me?
So the $30,000, that is the upper limit that the co-op program through Bank of America has.
That's what I've seen, and that's the highest I've seen them go up to at this point. So anyways, you start the conversation and you say, yeah, you know what, I'm interested. Are you interested in selling your property if I can get you an equity gain at the end of the sale? And the answer is always, well, yeah. So then you're in a conversation where you have a listing appointment. So you sit down with the client, you get on the phone with Bank of America with the client, and you tell them that you want to initiate a cooperative short sale with Bank of America.
Okay. And is there a certain, so we don't miss this later on, is there a certain department in Bank of America that you must contact?
So there's their short sale department, right? Which that's where they're going to direct you. Mm-hmm. You have to be very adamant and specific. Nope, send me over to the co-op short sale department.
Okay, so you have to make sure, folks, and this is a key point, folks, I want to make sure everybody understands this. You must be sure that you are speaking to the co-op department of Bank of America.
Yeah.
Because they're going to want to send you straight to the short sale department. That's not where you're going to go. Okay.
So if you get sent to the short sale department, or if you're doing a short sale, it's just going to be a regular short sale, and you're not going to get, the client's not going to get a check at the end of the transaction. So you're doing all your footwork up front. You're finding these people. You're talking to them. You're initiating it. The client's initiating it with Bank of America, and you make sure that the client specifically requests you to be the real estate agent. The bank will order a BPO. The BPO will get done. They'll have a list price for you, and you'll get contacted about 3 or 4 weeks later through Equator saying, "Do you accept X property to be your short sale?" At that point, you click yes. So what you've got then is you've got an approved short sale. You've got a price that you know the bank's going to accept. You can put it on the MLS as an approved short sale, and you can sell it within 30 days.
Okay.
The only stipulations the bank gives you is that you have 120 days to sell the property.
Okay, so that's basically the window you have to get the thing done.
To get the thing done. A couple of questions people have with that. Well, what if I'm under contract but I haven't closed? If you're under contract, they'll give you the extension. If you have no offers and you have no movement on it, and you go the full 120 days, B of A makes the seller sign a deed in lieu.
Mm-hmm.
The advice I'm giving my clients is you can sign it, but you can also cancel the deal. So if you're at day 115 and you have no activity on it, nothing, go ahead and just cancel it and start over.
Okay, so they're going to be giving you a deed in lieu.
Not me, they're going to be giving the bank.
Right,
the bank's
bank.
asking for a deed in lieu at the end of the 100.
Right, they're going to be asking for that, but you can just cancel the whole deal.
But again,
if it doesn't.
there's no inventory out there. So these properties are coming approved, cleared, ready to go. So you've got a property that's going to sell in the first week to 2 weeks. I mean, in our market, I mean, those things are selling the first day.
Okay, and that's a good point, and I want to kind of touch on that. If you did this 10 times, how many times would the property sell on average? Because we don't want to get to the 120 days and have the whole thing.
Okay, so I've done 6 so far since July 1st. All 6 of them have closed. No,
Okay, so you closed every single one you've done so far, folks. I think that's a key point. These, like Chris said, these properties are ready to go. Inventory is very low right now, so you should be getting multiple offers on these houses very, very quickly. So these things are going to close, and you are going to get your commission.
Absolutely.
I think that's the key.
Well,
point.
and the greatest part about that is that when you're closing the escrow, you can call your client and say, "Hey, can I meet you over at the escrow office so you can pick up your check for $25,000?"
No, you gotta love that.
Immediately,
can I meet you over there at the escrow office?
I go with my clients. I get my commission check. I'm happy about my commission check, and they pick up their check for $20,000, and the tears start to flow. Now, that's the best time for you to say, "Now, I've facilitated you. I've helped you out, and obviously, you guys are really happy. Who else do you know?
Who else do you
might need a short sale or their home sold right now?"
Exactly, and that's a customer you're going to have for life.
For life.
So no matter what happens in their life from now on, you are their realtor for life because you have absolutely helped them out immensely.
You saved the day. You've got them paid. You've got their household. Maybe you've helped them save their marriage, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
I think that's another key point. So anybody they know, it's like Chris Evans is the man. He knows exactly how to do this. So not only are you getting a commission out of this, we're going to get to that in a minute, but you're helping them. You're getting the house sold. But now to them and everybody they know, you are the absolute expert when it comes to real estate because nobody else came to them with this idea. So you must be one of the greatest real estate agents ever, right there. I mean, that's perception, and that's what we want.
Absolutely.
So tell us about the commission that you can earn doing this.
Okay, so in some cases you can get as high as 7.5%.
7%. Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, that's motivating, isn't it?
So you get your HUD and you put your HUD into Equator, and I've put as high as 7.5%, and a transaction fee.
I know you know this like the back of your hand.
Oh, okay.
Put your HUD into Equator.
I get it. You get an offer.
7%.
You get an offer.
Okay.
The offer is signed by the seller. You call your escrow officer. You say, "Hey, I'm going to need a HUD. The bank's going to request it to upload into Equator."
Okay.
Go into Equator. You put your commission numbers in there, and and you've told your escrow officer obviously put it in your HUD.
Sure.
Go ahead and put it at 7% and see if it clears. I've had it happen 2 out of 6.
Hey,
so
why not go for it? Why not go for it? Right.
Right. Put in your transaction fee, and in some cases, I'll put that full $30,000 amount right off the bat to the seller and just see what happens. So most of the time, the bank comes back and counters it. But again, the lowest I've seen, and I haven't done, this isn't a huge case study, but again, I have 6 that I've sold.
Oh, that's plenty.
And 9 that are listed and or being BPOs done.
Okay, so you have 6 that you've done and 9 already listed.
Listed and or in the process of having their BPOs to come back to approve. So it'll be a total of 15.
That's tremendous.
So by the end of the year, the smallest amount I've seen go back to the seller is $8,000. And the highest I've seen go back is 25 and change.
Okay, so typically B of A is going to possibly counter the 30,000, but you just put the 30,000.
I just put it in there to see. You put 7%, see what they say. You put the 30,000, see what they say, and if they don't, they don't. Great.
Hey, why
not? More
not?
money for you and more money for
exactly. So folks, put the 7% in, put the $30,000 in, and then have B of A come back and wherever the twain shall meet, as they say.
Right.
Excellent. So what are some of the questions that you get when you talk to other realtors about this?
Well, the first thing is, how do I get my list? And gosh, what am I going to do? I had you ask me today, can you send me the list? It's like, well, no, you got to
send me the list.
Talk to your people, talk to escrow, talk to title, give them their specifics. Say, this is my farming area, this is my region that I want to cover, and I exclusively want to work with people that have Bank of America first loans.
Okay, so your title person, your
title, escrow and your lenders can generate those lists for you. They
so the same people you get your regular list from, people give you this list, and you can just identify maybe a zip code or a certain area.
Or your hunting area, right.
There you go, your hunting area, exactly. And you're going to be asking them for the B of A loans in that area. And there you go, there's your list. It's easy to do.
Right, and then it's as opposed to just door knocking, leaving a hanger, or leaving, even something like a salt shaker, I can go to the door and say, hey, so here's the situation. I know you have a Bank of America loan.
Right.
Your house is probably upside down. You know the area, you know the comps. If you want to be very detail oriented, you can look at their loan and sort of estimate. But again, your pitch to get in the door and your pitch to meet with these people is to say, the market's terrible right now. We need inventory. You may be in a position to sell. I know you probably wouldn't make money otherwise, but if I could get you $30,000, would you be interested in selling your property?
I think that is absolutely brilliant. And this is the key point. When you have that list, you can go and door knock, and you want to be nice about it. You want to say, folks, I know that you probably have a B of A loan. And just in case your house is upside down and you're thinking you can't get out of it, I have a program called the Co-op program with B of A. And if I can get you up to $30,000 at close that you can walk away with, would you be interested in talking to me about selling your property? That's all you have to say.
That's all you have to say.
And boy, I tell you, that gets people's attention.
Right. And again, from going from a door knocking scenario where you may have 1 in 100,
if you're lucky, yeah.
If you can cut this down to 1 in 50 or 1 in 25.
I think at least 1 in 25 people. If you said that to them, at least 1 in 25 people say, well, if I can get money at close, well, how do we do it?
And it's just another. This for me has become a conversation piece with everybody that I come in contact with. Great. So as opposed to, hey, I'm a real estate agent exclusively, would you ever consider selling your property? It's, who's your mortgage with?
Right.
Why do you ask? Well, Bank of America has a program, Wells has a program, Chase has a program. There's great programs out there that will literally get you money in your pocket, even if you're upside down on your property. That's always a conversational piece.
That's brilliant. And you can add that to the 3 biggest reasons why to list with me. So if someone says, why should I list with you? Well, here's this reason, this reason, this reason. And by the way, if you have a B of A loan, I know how to work with Bank of America in their co-op program to get you up to $30,000 in closing, in case your house is upside down.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So the other thing that I get asked a lot is, well, how much money are they going to get? Well, I don't know, and you're not going to know. So you never want to tell your client, hey, I can guarantee you can get X amount of dollars. You always want to say, look, there's a potential that you may only get $3,000.
Right. Which is still more than they've got now.
But again,
there you go.
There's a potential for me to get you X amount of dollars. And, talk to them about it. Say, look, we'll get an offer, we'll submit the HUD. If Bank of America comes back and tells you and it's not an amount you're not comfortable with, pull it off, cancel the deal.
There you go.
So, again, it's just a way to get in more doors and a way to get more leads and ultimately get more listings.
Oh, I think it's better than that. That's a real hook.
Absolutely.
People who are in the situation where their house is upside down, this could really make sense to them. And this really puts you head and shoulders above everybody who's just leaving the door hangers or anything else like that.
Or waiting for the NOD list to come out and then being one of the 87 people that call 3 months later.
Exactly.
You've already missed the boat. So,
right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, folks, I think that was absolutely enlightening, and I think this is a great technique that you can use starting tomorrow to start getting new leads, new listings, and some great commissions.
Absolutely.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks.
You bet, folks.
Okay.
All right, go get them.